So, we can use any of these?
Yeah,
And just do whatever we want to her.
that's what they're there for.
Hey, we're just getting to the good part.
Is there a good part? It's performance art.
That's Afsun Hamidi. She's a genius. She just won the MacArthur, legally proving it. Just had a retrospective at the Tate Modern. Nobody reads the New Yorker?
Nope, but I subscribe to her patient file.
House, you should relax. You had surgery this morning.
Minor surgery, removing a drain.
Put there during major surgery.
The doctor says it's okay as long as I don't leave my hospital bed.
Which doctor was that? Seuss or Jay?
Nurse!
Dr. Harani wrote it in his chart.
I'm surprised you approved it. I'm more surprised you actually asked.
I do things like that now. I'm making some changes. Like skipping ahead to minute 37.
What is that, paint thinner? I'm not gonna watch a woman get set on fire.
Philistine.
Who's the guy with the notebook who can't decide what to do?
Her assistant. He's been instructed not to intervene. Spoiler alert, he does. For her, it is literally heartbreaking. Let the games begin.
Arrhythmia, high hematocrit, and inconsistent RR variability.
You forgot about the fourth symptom, being completely crazy.
One man's crazy is another woman's art. Her work explores things like gender politics and
The
self-image.
pressing issue of shaving your entire body in public while wearing a monkey mask.
She saw her mom commit suicide and was abused by her stepdad for years.
See, the crazy wasn't motivated.
Well, she took that pain and transformed it into art. That's better than a lot of the alternatives.
I still vote for nuts. We should run a resting state functional MRI to look for increased activity in the dorsal nexus.
She's not nuts.
Monkey mask shaving medium really speaks to you?
What speaks to me is she's elevated being full of crap to a genuine art form and made a fortune doing it. People who pay 20 grand for one of her video stills, on the other hand, really do need their dorsal nexi checked.
Maybe the paint thinner set off an allergic reaction.
Without bronchospasm?
There was a space heater next to her in the gallery.
Carbon monoxide poisoning. It fits. Put her in a hyperbaric chamber.
I should have known the gallery wasn't ventilated enough.
And if it wasn't for you, we'd be treating her for third-degree burns, too.
That was a mistake. He shouldn't have interfered.
I told you I'm sorry. I want to share your commitment, but it's hard for me sometimes.
Like when she read your love letters in the middle of the new museum? Yes, I read the New Yorker.
That was a year ago, and we're not together anymore.
Seriously, you weren't really gonna let that guy set you on fire. He was just a plant to get the crowd going, right?
If that's your interpretation, I welcome it.
Afsun believes explaining her work limits its potential, but between us, he was real and a total dick.
No sane person would let themselves be burned alive for the sake of art.
My work is meant to force the audience to break with the rational and see things in a new way.
Fine. No sane person would let themselves be burned alive to break with the rational.
I feel...
Luca, hand me the oxygen mask behind you. Luca!
She got worse in the hyperbaric chamber. It's not CO poisoning.
I think we should consider infection and test the assistant. I couldn't get his attention. He was in a
You
daze.
think that's a symptom? He's in love with her. He's probably just overwhelmed, couldn't decide what to do.
What's he been doing since she was admitted? Did he bring anything from the patient room to the treatment room?
A few things, a handbag, flowers, stuffed elephant.
Does she seem like the kind of woman who needs a stuffed animal?
Who are you calling? Oh, of course.
What are you wearing? Oh, I can see what you're wearing. Go to her room.
This is a nanny cam.
The reason Luca couldn't decide what to do in the treatment room is the same as in the gallery. He's been told not to intervene. Congratulations. We've become her latest work of art.
It shouldn't have surprised us. All her work is based on personal traumas. She's had Luca taking notes, videotape her treatments, collect things like sharps and bandages. It'll all go into a gallery installation.
Well, then I guess as long as the exploitation is properly motivated, it's all okay.
Ultrasound showed a cyst on her pancreas. We drained
Why
it.
are you even discussing this case? She lied to us. It's opening us up to malpractice.
Our practice opens us up to malpractice.
How do we know she's actually sick?
Her being sick is a clue.
She would have let that guy set her on fire for the sake of her work. You think she's scared of a little arrhythmia? She probably huffed paint thinner.
She would have let him set her on fire because of the honesty of her work. Faking an illness doesn't fit.
13's right. At least her conclusion was. Everything else was laughably wrong. If the patient induced pancreatitis and a heart attack, she'd be suicidal.
Exactly. She's risking her life all the time.
Exactly. If she wanted to be dead, she'd be dead a long time ago. Pretending to cheat death pays better than watercolors. Coxsackie B fits, but do a spiral CT of her biliary tree to rule out gallstones.
Fine, I'll get the CT.
Sure, I'd be happy to come with you. Thanks for asking.
You're supposed to stay in bed. Doctor's orders.
If you really cared about me, you wouldn't be so obvious when you schemed to prove me wrong. You volunteered because you want to CT her lungs on her biliary tree. You want to find fibrosis and prove your paint thinner theory. If I don't come with, when you fail, you pretend you never tried. I don't really have a choice then, do I?